Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to get there in the end. Right. Well, welcome, everybody. I really mean that. It's always fantastic to see so many familiar faces, but it's also great to see some new faces. And one of the things that's very inspiring about today is, think about this. How often in conferences worldwide do you get Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Adobe speaking on the same platform, in the same conference, at about the same time? Yeah? We are rocking, right? LGfL, for those of you who don't know it, our passions are about saving schools money, keeping children safe, energizing teaching and learning, tackling inequality, and promoting well-being. They are not your typical tech company values. They are about the fact that we don't profit from schools. We, as a charity, reinvest back in schools. And very importantly, our mission in life is the advancement of education. So we don't succeed if you don't succeed, if that makes sense. And we do immeasurable things with security, with SuperCloud, but also one other thing I think that's very unique in this market. LGfL can stand here and say, and I'll demonstrate in a second how, that when you use our products and services that we provide as part of our Let's Get Digital service, you save more than you spend. Tell me another provider in the market, publicly, on vid, right, that's prepared to put their name on the line and say, we save you more than you spend, right? So let's get ready to rumble. Let's get digital. It's all about the acceleration of innovation. Technology today, and you'll hear it, can empower education. It can transform teaching and learning. It can deliver outstanding outcomes. And what I'm very proud to say, on behalf of LGfL and the fantastic team that I work with, the brilliant personalities in this audience today, the fantastic partners that we have, is think about this. We lead the world. Do you know why? Sophos Intercept X. How many endpoints have we got in the cloud? Any ideas? Over 500,000 endpoints in the cloud. Meraki, nearly 300,000 endpoints protected in the cloud. Adobe Creative Cloud, I found out the other day, we are the biggest creative cloud in Europe and one of the biggest in the world. We are doing things at a scale in this community because we work together and support each other that makes us leaders in the world. So I think we should think about that for one moment. What a fantastic achievement that is. It's not a fantastic achievement for LGfL. I don't use these things. You do. You're consuming them at a scale which is absolutely incredible. So, 1 million free licenses we've been giving out in the last couple of years. Think about that. 1 million free licenses. Worth £10 million per annum to the education of children. Think about that. So we're putting £10 million worth back in to education. How many of you use savings.lgfl.net? Whoa. Well, everyone in this room today, right, I want you to log on to savings.lgfl.net, put in the number of workstations you've got, put in the number of servers you've got, and find out how much you can save. And if you log in with your USO account, it'll tell you how much you are saving and how much you're missing out on. And I really would like you to do that. The other thing that many of you might not be aware of is that we have a pupil eligibility checker, and that's generating funding claims potentially worth £14 million per annum. Okay? So we're doing some cool stuff. But I also want to say today, I always like to give out a few goodies. So, Someone wrote to me the day on Twitter, so this is a tip. If you want something, tweet at me, okay? Somebody said, can you give some more licenses for Adobe Creative Cloud to larger primary schools? So I'm going to stand here and say, I'm going to flick a switch. By Monday, we'll have allocated 10,000 more licenses into schools in London. Okay? Come on, I need a round of applause for that. Come on. And I want to thank Donna Shard over there. Come on, stand up, Donna. You know, people also know who you are. It was Donna who tweeted at me. It's her fault that schools are getting lots more licenses. The other thing I want to say today is from January, we're going to provide somebody again said to me at one of these conferences, John, you know, we'd love to have encrypted backup in the cloud. Can you sort that? We can't afford it. I said, I don't know. I'll go away and look at it. From January, I'm going to offer every primary school a free allocation of storage encrypted in the cloud so you can back up and you can tick the boxes off stairs. How about that, everybody? And say, hey, listen, just want to keep going just for a second. Keep the rounds of applause. I'm loving it. You know, you don't have to clap anymore, honestly. The other thing we promised we'd launch is a new replacement for RAV3. We are going to launch that this month. We're in pilot phase. I saw Jamie. He's hiding somewhere in the crowd. I know he's here. But we're going to give schools 100 licenses for primary and 400 for secondary. So you've got secure remote access through Freedom to Roam will be launched this month. But most importantly for me at the moment, right, cloud's cool. We're igniting our network. We're building one of the biggest networks in the world for education. And I'm very proud to say we are doing this. We are boosting bandwidth in schools by 200% plus at no cost. Could you get that on the video, please? At no cost. We are doubling, more than doubling, the bandwidth in our schools at no additional cost. Tell me someone else in this market who is prepared to stand up and deliver that capacity. And people say to me, John, it's just a marketing gimmick. Well, you're going to hear lots of reasons why, with all this cloud tech, you're going to need bandwidth, right? We've done 800 plus upgrades so far since April the 1st. We've added 100 gig of capacity in schools so far. Now, how many of you heard of Pledge 2020? Pledge 2020, right? Everybody in the room, you can't leave again today. We'll lock those doors. Pledge2020.lgfl.net. Log on to it. Use your USO account and hit this button, count me in, because that button tells me you want the upgrade, so we can get in and give you that upgrade and give you more bandwidth for free. So please hit the button. Now, one very practical matter. I need your help to get into schools because, as you can imagine, upgrading thousands of schools is a non-trivial exercise. So I need your help to get in, please. You need to get that kit into schools. We need to get that kit in, better kit, faster kit, but we need your help to get in. So when we ring up and ask, please, please let us in through that door. That would be terrific. Cloud, though. I've always been an advocate of cloud. If anybody gets a chance, there's a YouTube video I did in 2013 about the potential of cloud and innovation and digital, and I told some bad jokes. So, you know, avoid the first 60 seconds and then move on to the good stuff. But cloud, I believe it's a really interesting time. And I use the phrase evolution to revolution quite deliberately, because what cloud can offer is really fundamentally changing. Think about that image for a moment. I know, and it says it all for me. We've got school kids who are relatively young, sitting with cardboard boxes on their head, walking around and looking at a virtual reality that's existing in a cloud. Just think about that for a moment. Wow. Now, would have any of us have seen that coming, right? The experience, the imagination, the problem solving, the creativity, the motivation of kids, isn't that fantastic? Isn't that a fantastic image? And it struck me, you know, think about that statement. People say, oh, it's on-prem, I need to stay on-prem. Well, think about this, right? The big platforms that changed the world, like Uber, they weren't built on-prem. So can somebody tell me about a world-class breakthrough or a transformation in society that was built on-prem? Is anybody going to volunteer me an answer? It wasn't some of these MIS systems that we've got in schools right now, right? And you know the one I'm talking about. But I can't put that on video. So think about this. Cloud is inevitable. You have to plan for it. You have to think about how you're going to get there. Don't think of it as a sprint. Think of it as a marathon, okay? Pace yourself. Don't try and run at it and try and do it too quickly, because it'll end up wrongly. Old cloud used to be geography. Everybody used to say, put your servers in the cloud, because put them in the cloud. Well, yeah, so what? And people say, it's cheaper. Well, actually, when you added up the storage costs and the running costs and the compute costs and the charges every week, it actually didn't work out any cheaper. In fact, sometimes, if you weren't careful, you ended up with lots of sprawl in the cloud and it ended up costing you more money. Old cloud was cloud defined by geography. Put it in the cloud because it should be there, a geography. The smarter clouds, and the stuff you're going to hear more and more about, is the clouds that enable automation and collaboration. You can't achieve the levels of collaboration and transformation with an on-prem system. You need a cloud solution to do it. Think about this. When you get into cloud, the data sources are so rich and so diverse, you're going to start needing that quantum computer that Google had wired up. Did anybody see that picture of the quantum computer? Have a look at it. Google quantum computer, this like big globe thing with lots of wires hanging out. Apparently it's the most powerful computer ever made. But the amount of data that's being generated and the insights that can give you about behavior, what motivates children, where they're succeeding, what makes a difference, who are they sitting next to, which is causing them problems. All that data and information and insights only possible in a cloud-based platform. And it gets even more interesting as we start walking into virtual reality, augmented reality, devices. I mean, Alexa, and I want to say this, Amazon are here somewhere, I want to be quite careful. I love it, because I used to ask Amazon, I used to say things like, Alexa, what is the information sharing agreement you've got in place? And she used to go blank. She doesn't now. The best one is I used to ask her about Donald Trump. Alexa, what's happening what do you think of Donald Trump? And it was something like men are from Mars and women are from Venus. She's quite good now, though. She's moved on. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but she cracks better jokes, right? She's got alarm clocks built in, and she's got about 150, 200, or 300, 400, 5,000 rule sets to do everything. The fascinating thing about this technology, though, think about what its implications could be in a classroom. You know, you're someone who's struggling with maths. Imagine if you could have a personal assistant that you could talk to that could say, John, that was wrong, you need to put that there instead of there. You could deliver the kind of personalised learning through these cloud-based platforms with AI capability that can actually transform things. So cloud is moving from geography through to automation, into dataverse, and now into, so God knows where it's going to take us, except the one thing that is certain is that you need to be on the boat. Now, the reason I've come back to this is, I love this thing because everybody who talks about technology forgets this bit. That's the easy bit, it's to buy it. The hard bit is to make it work, right? 9/10 of the problem is below. So when you're coming into cloud, you've got to think about your transformation strategy, your change strategy. It's not just about the technology. How do you get teachers on board? What's my deployment going to look like? Who needs to be trained on this? How am I going to support it? How are my teachers going to get the best out of it? Lots and lots of questions about how to do it, not just the tech to do it. Which is why today I'm very proud to announce something. Everybody said to me, and a lot of people saying, Ollie Trussell, where's he gone? Oh, and I'm afraid Ollie's been promoted and gone up to higher places, and everybody says, where's Ollie? And I've been thinking for a while, well, what do we do about this? Because we're a charity, we help schools, we help transformation. So I thought, let's set up a national centre of cloud excellence in education. And then I thought, oh my goodness me, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? So what we're going to do, LGfL is going to invest over £1 million to create Cloud Squad. Okay? And Cloud Squad is going to be there for you to help you design, implement, bounce ideas off, and support cloud. It's not a team that's going to manage cloud. We're going to be working with our partners, local authorities, third-party support organizations, schools, but we're going to be in it with you. We're going to be there for you. We're going to help you with cloud. I'm getting the time up tag, so I'll hurry up. So LGfL for me is working. £24 million worth of funding and savings going back into schools every year. But it's not just that. There's a couple of things I want you to look at. Testimonials.lgfl.net, casestudies.lgfl.net. If you want to know how technology is making a difference in schools, go there. Yeah, go there. Please go there. Save more than you spend and keep children safe. So much more, I would say this, than a broadband service. Join us. Let's get digital. We are LGfL. Thank you so much for the day.